Hello, welcome my lovely Leos to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? This is going to be a general love reading for Leo in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. This is a timeless reading, it's for whenever you come across it. And as it is a general reading, it won't resonate fully with every single person out there. As always, please take what does resonate and leave what doesn't for somebody else. And yes, thank you so much for being here. If you're new, then huge welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. And if you're a returning subscriber, then huge welcome back and thank you for all your support. I'm just going to dive straight into a spread reading for you today, Leo. I'm going to be looking into how you and someone else are feeling about each other and interacting with each other going forward. So let's get into it. Can I get the top 6 cards for Leo, please? Okay. Okay. The bottom of the first deck, Leo, we have the Page of Swords. Underneath that, the Magician, Knight of Swords. Okay, interesting. Someone is seeing something here, they've got an idea, they want to make something happen, they're kind of maybe not, potentially, I want to say seeing all the details about something before they rush in and take some sort of quick action or say something. Someone might be speaking before they think something completely through. It's a little bit impulsive action here, it's a little bit like, I see something off in the distance, I want it, I'm going to go for it, and then you get a bit closer and then you see all the details that you maybe hadn't seen before, and that could be leading to maybe something that seems like a good idea, but it might end up weighing quite heavily on someone, or this might have been something that's already happened, but that's interesting. Oh my goodness, well, it's a very different story. At the other end of the deck we have the 8 of Cups with the 10 of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Now that is someone who has left something in the past. They have already emotionally detached from this. They've been very disappointed by it. Maybe there's been a sense of betrayal and something seems to have come to an end already for someone. So they're like, that is in my past, and they have been disappointed and maybe even feel quite maybe a sense of bitterness towards if they think back about it. So this could have been because someone rushed in carelessly in the terms of the way they went about something. Maybe they didn't also want to look at the truth of something. Maybe they were trying to avoid the reality of a situation, and they just went ahead and rushed into trying to make something happen, whilst also trying to avoid certain details that were going to end up being essential. So I'm just going to get the second layer for the spread, Leo. Get the top 6 cards for this deck from this deck for Leo as well, please. As always, everything I'm saying, if it's resonating for you the other way around, just reverse the roles, that's absolutely fine. Please clarify the spread for Leo. Okay. Okay. Page of Swords is now on the spread from this deck. Alright, at the bottom of the second deck, Leo, we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. Oh, wow. Interestingly, straight away underneath the Emperor, we have the 8 of Cups. So we've got that card repeating itself again. And underneath the 8 of Cups is the Knight of Swords, which is already another repeat. I was telling you it's at the bottom of the first deck as well. So it seems to be connecting, certainly, but this feels almost like an ultimatum energy with this combination. It's very... someone may have been quite brutal in cutting someone off, making some sort of decision, disappearing, maybe saying something very bluntly, and then exiting from someone's life. There could have been something to do with friends going on here, or someone was resistant to making a choice. When the choice was presenting itself, maybe they were... This is someone with the Emperor who it's all about them. Whatever happens, it's not... This particular Emperor, what's giving me is kind of a sense of someone who's not necessarily taking other people's feelings into account necessarily. It's just what feels good and what they want to do, and they're the boss. There's also a little bit of... it's a little touch of arrogance is what I'm getting here as well, or a little bit of... I feel like someone kind of got up in their high horse about something. I don't know if it was spending time with other people or socializing with people's friends or something, that someone... That's an ultimatum of like, you need to make a choice right now. Is it me or isn't it? And then they disappeared. Hold on, let's see. There are certain traditions here that someone is very passionate about, or is looking for in a person. Certain qualities of integrity, courage, to speak up, to take action. Okay. So, side note for someone. Let me just get the third and final layer, Leo, and then I'll go through the spread. So let me get the top 6 cards from this deck one more time, please, for Leo. The top 6 cards for Leo, please, one more time. All right, there we go. Interesting. That's okay. At the bottom of this third deck is the Knight of Swords. That is the third time it's been at the bottom of all 3 decks for you, Leo, in slightly different places. But yeah, the Knight of Swords. Underneath that is the Knight of Cups. Underneath that is... Oh, hold on a minute. What's going on here? So underneath the Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups. Then we have the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. So the King and Queen of Cups is a divine counterpart to each other. They are a couple, if you like. My goodness. Okay. So I was going to say anyway because of something I can see on the deck, the spread here, sorry, but maybe there was someone made a choice to step out on a existing partnership, or that was what was offered to them as well. Now, that could have been what I was getting about someone making some sort of ultimatum of potentially maybe, for example, this would be like someone saying to you, Leo, who, when you're in a committed relationship or you're seeing someone else and they're basically saying, are you going to leave them and choose me or not? And, you know, there was a bit of, oh, I don't know what to do. You know, I don't want to be rushed. I don't want to rush into a choice and then make a mistake and regret my choice. And in the meantime, this person was like, oh, well, and if you're not going to choose me immediately, then I'm out of here. It's kind of what was getting from the bottom of the second deck. So that because there's kind of this like there's this romance, there's this charm with the Knight of Cups. There's someone, you know, a romantic swooning, you know, wooing someone. But then there's also this tension with this Knight of Swords of it might even be something that could have flipped between someone very romantic and sweet and understanding and showing them, you know, affection and thoughtfulness, but then in the next moment kind of being impatient or like hot and cold, but maybe in like a way because they weren't getting their way instantly. So it was kind of, you know, maybe this is someone who lost their temper or who they were prone to kind of snapping and losing their patience, but then they would try and make up for it by coming forward with romantic gestures or sweet words after that, and kind of like a back and forth energy. But there's certainly three people here. I've got two kings, and there's a couple, and then there's a third person. Now, this King of Wands who's coming through as the third person doesn't have to be a masculine in real life. This could be talking about a female who was a third party, but this is definitely giving me the sense of a third party who was like, you need to be choosing me, like what's the hold up? But this whoever was, you know, in the commitment was basically thinking of their responsibilities, thinking of how much the destruction would affect the person that they were with, you know, the destruction of the relationship. Maybe they felt like they were with someone who was very loyal and they didn't want to betray them in that way. Yeah, the bottom of the deck, sorry, is the Two of Wands. So are you choosing path A or path B? Are you taking pill, you know, taking the blue pill or taking the red pill kind of thing? It just popped into my head. And it could have been someone from the past who returned into the life of whoever was in the commitment here. Someone popped up from the past. Maybe it was an old friend or an ex who, you know, fate kind of brought your paths back together. Okay, let's crack on with the spread, Leo. So, how you're feeling about the person who's coming through in this reading. We've got the Tower. That was the first card. Then the King of Wands and then the King of Pentacles. So, we've got two kings right off the bat about how you're feeling about this person. Now, it could well be that this is all one person who you feel is both attractive, you know, action orientated, like someone who does stuff, who takes the reins, you know, doesn't hesitate, goes after what they want, and is very charming, very attractive, very passionate. And then also that same person could be someone who is long-term material in a partner, someone who's also has an element of stability, security, and is very warm and generous, maybe in a good position in their career. I mean, there's two kings. They're coming through, whoever this is, that you feel about them very highly. But I would also say, but we'll see, it could be that you may feel like you're torn between two people. It could be a fire sign and a earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag. Doesn't have to be, but it doesn't even have to be a fire and earth sign. It could just be someone who is all of that, kind of really gets the fire burning within you, and someone who is more slow and steady wins the race, but you know they're actually, you know, going to hold your hand at difficult moments. It's not all about the spontaneous and the excitement. It's also about the day-to-day, like quieter, and the stability and the long view. So it could be that you feel torn between two people here, but effectively and with this Tower, it may be that this person who's coming through in this reading, you feel like they have completely destabilized your life in some way. It could be that they've just shaken you about what you thought you wanted, or the life that you were living has been completely disrupted by meeting this person or interacting with this person again if they were returning into your life. Let me see. Anything else about how Leo is feeling about this person? Five of Cups flew out. Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and the deck splits show the Ace of Pentacles as well. Why the... I mean, the Five of Cups is a little bit of despair. It's a little bit of... yeah, despair is the strongest word that's popping into my head when I'm looking at that right now, because maybe either regret over what you've done with this person, or that you're even tempted by them. You may feel like you are stuck in a rock and a hard place, or you feel like they have deceived you in some way, or you're deceiving somebody else by even considering this person's offer. Let's crack on. Why the Five of Cups? Tell me more about how Leo is feeling. We've got the World that came out, and the Fool is at the bottom of the deck. That's quite a strong combination, because in the journey of the Major Arcana, it starts with the Fool, that's card 0, and it concludes, if you kind of complete that chapter, with the World, and then you right back to the Fool. So it is literally the end of one chapter completing and the beginning of another, but you might be hesitating from making that massive transition of or shift in your life. You may be pausing and like tearing your hair out is kind of what I'm getting with this Five of Cups and Tower energy, because of what it will cause, or the effect that it will cause. Tell me more. Why these two kings? Tell me about these two kings. We've got the Empress and the Page of Wands that fell out, and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. The Lovers can talk about a choice. This Page of Wands is very like exciting. It's getting the butterflies. It is communication. It's someone kind of sneaking around maybe with potentially someone who is in a commitment with the Empress. She can be a wife or mother of a tarot. Tell me more. Why is Leo feeling like this? Eight of Cups in reverse. Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. I do feel like somehow this is someone who is returning, potentially. This could also be like an ex-husband or ex-wife who is getting back in touch. And maybe there's a question here about everything that, you know, the two of you had together once, that you had kind of invested. Is it possible to still keep working on that? And there's definitely a sense of confusion here about whether this can be trusted. Tell me about the Eight of Cups in reverse. The King of Wands is now at the bottom of the deck. Wow. King of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Talk about wanting to work on the stability, the security, like a home, a life together. It's just, what I'm getting is, it could be that you even feel like this is a chapter that has already finished with whoever this is, who's now, you know, just completely, what's that phrase? Blindsided you. You feel like that chapter is already done, and it's almost like you thought that they were gone, that this was over, that you left this in your past. You might have started something with someone else, or be considering that. And now this person is kind of saying, no, I was always coming back to you, Leo. It just was taking me a while to like know what I wanted, to like get myself together. But now it's almost like they're coming back saying that, but also, well, you have to choose me immediately. Like, it's almost like I'm getting a sense they're not giving you a chance to think about it. And which is weird. And I don't need to tell you that it's completely your prerogative if you need time to think about something like a serious decision like that. Let's carry on. How is this person who's coming through in the reading feeling about you, Leo? We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the High Priestess. So, it's almost like they feel like they have been... Now, obviously, the easy thing to say would be that they feel like you're worth putting the hard work in, that they've had that epiphany, the realization. But what is also coming through is that it's like they feel like they've been maybe working for some time on something which they've realized was... I'm getting the sense they feel like they just realized that they've just been banging their head against a brick wall. Maybe it's working alone. Maybe they prefer to work with you. But it's like, maybe it's just been through some sort of... I don't know if they've had time away doing some work, or it's like the work that they've been doing, whether it's been literally their job, their career, or work on themselves, has brought them to some sort of realization about... and made them very clear maybe about what they want. It's almost like... It's like this person has been focused on improving their craft, and somehow through that process they've actually got in touch with what their like a intuitive inner voice was trying to get through to them and tell them the whole time before, if that makes sense. Tell me more about how this person feels. So what is the Ace of Swords, please, that they feel about Leo? What is the Ace of Swords? Page of Cups. And before I shuffle it away, the Hermit is at the bottom of the deck. So that is potentially someone who has withdrawn from society, it could be, but also like, the normal day-to-day, their normal routines, their normal social groups. They might have been spending more time on their own or spending time away, which is, I think that's what I said. And they've had a realization that maybe they want to express their feelings to you about whatever, maybe feelings that they hadn't, or emotions that they hadn't expressed to you before, or it can be that an apology, but I wasn't really getting that before. Tell me more about this Ace of Swords, please. What's this clarity that this person has found about Leo? Ten of Swords. Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Unless they've had some sort of realization or about either why something came to an end, or they've potentially... It's like they've realized... this could be that they've seen things from your perspective about an ending, and they want to express to you, they feel like they need to express to you how sorry they are, or what they've learnt from that ending with you. Or they've come to realise that something has to end. What is this Ten of Swords, please? Three of Pentacles. And then we've got the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and the deck split to show the Ten of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is kind of trying to jump out, but it didn't quite make it. This is someone who's realised that they don't want it to be over between the two of you, Leo. This is someone who has realised maybe also that if they continue to hold back and do nothing and don't express anything to you, then it will be over. It will be done. It will be in the past. And I was talking about how they may have realized also that in their current path, they've basically been hitting their head against a brick wall instead of collaborating and working with you. And then the Three of Pentacles comes out, which is about collaboration, getting on board, being a team player, being part of something bigger than just you on your own. This is someone realizing that they had something amazing in the past. They had the potential for happily ever after already. Why the High Priestess then? This is something to do about understanding this person's gained. Because we've got the Eight of Cups that's come out, and it came out crossing the Three of Pentacles like this when I asked why the High Priestess is here. Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and the deck split to show the Fool. This is almost like someone who is realizing why you detached from them in the past. That it needed to take two people, for example, to make a relationship work. And it's almost like I was getting a sense that they're kind of seeing something from your perspective. For some of you, this could be, if what I was talking about the third party, the other side of this story, which I feel is for fewer number of you, but obviously I'm going to say it for those who it resonates with. This is someone who they feel like you have made them realize that they need, or their feelings that they have for you have made them realize that whatever they have been continue to put work into, maybe an existing commitment themselves, is something that they actually have to accept the ending of, leave in their past so that they can collaborate with you, basically walk away from a Four of Wands, a commitment, this kind of thing. So what I've been describing already about some sort of like pull, there's three people in the mix or kind of situation. This could well be that this is this person who is in a commitment and they're basically saying to you, I'll leave my person, but you have to choose, you have to like say you'll be with me kind of thing, like, and you have to tell me now. It's kind of something along those lines. But if for a smaller number of you, this is someone who you've made them realize what their kind of intuition or inner voice has been trying to get through to them potentially for a while. You may be the catalyst to make them realize that they need to leave a situation in the past, maybe where they were doing all the work to make it to sustain a relationship, where actually what they wanted was a partnership, which is something they feel they could have with you. Okay. So, how is this person viewing you, Leo? We've got Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Swords. Well, Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune, first of all. This is a massive wake-up call from the universe. And it feels like a very fated, like, meeting or reconnection that's happened, which was not part of their plan. That's how they're viewing this with you. They're not viewing you as someone that they were planning to meet or to reconnect with, and vice versa. This is something that has happened purely by, the fates aligning, etc. But this is also this is a destined situation, which is causing them to have to hear the wake-up call of some sort. Now, the only thing is they're seeing that there is an element of deception wrapped up in this wake-up call. So either they feel like you're not giving them the full story, or they see that they aren't giving you the full story. So it's almost like a wake-up call that's or a destined meeting that has been started off with deception or dishonesty of some sort. Let's use this one. Tell me more. Why are they seeing Leo like this, please? it's like a truth that they twisted right at the start of, whenever this meeting or interaction that felt fated and unplanned happened. There was truths that were, I don't know, just straight up misrepresented or omitted, or twisting the truth to be kind of convenient. Now let me just clarify. Why is the Five of Swords here for how they see Leo, please? There we go. Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Under the King of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles. Then the Ace of Swords, which, bearing in mind, I was just talking about how they feel about you, Leo. Underneath the Ace of Swords, the Strength card, which is Leo's major arcana. And then the Ten of Swords. This is clarity clarity to something, you gotta put your big girl, big boy pants on and end something that you should have ended before. But this could be something there's finances tied into it that has put someone off. It's like, it's going to cost me to end this in one way or another. It's going to, this is not part of my budget for this quarter for me to end this kind of thing. It's something, there's two people here who are stuck, though, in a very unpleasant situation. They're not seeing eye to eye. They're not on the same page. I'm not, justifying or defending stepping out on a relationship, but it's just really drawn to say that these two people who were stuck behind this Ten of Pentacles, behind this security and bills that are in both names or things they've bought together that tie themselves together. But this is two people that they're trapped by they're both in a sense of personal imprisonment of thought that, well, we're in this now and we can't get out of it and this is just what we have to do. But they're not even looking at each other. Yeah. Tell me more, please. So it could be also that they're seeing you, because I was asking why is this Five of Swords here, as to how they're seeing you. It could be that they're seeing that you have made them, or vice versa, whoever is in the relationship here, you have made them realize that they've been living in a dishonest way, not really touching the truth of the matter, because this Five of Swords, I'm drawn to is that basically an Ace of Swords right in the middle there, that's tied up with a snake that you can't touch, that's like too risky to try and get to that Ace of Swords, that truth. Why the Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune? I think I already know, but just any confirmation. Six of Cups came out. Five of Cups in reverse. And the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. For some of you, this is a reconnection. This is like bumping into someone from the past. Maybe where things didn't go well, didn't go to plan. That it was left very disappointingly. And it's almost like the idea that the two of you still share a connection is actually giving someone kind of hope. And it could even be them realizing that how much the connection still exists between the two of you is also a factor of the wake-up call of their current situation, of what they've actually been settling for in a way. The Nine of Wands came out in reverse. There's also like someone has been hiding behind like the gates of their supposed security as almost like a comfort zone. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Cups, and it's split to show the Five of Swords again as well. But this is someone is still very confused here. Yep. They feel confused also probably as to what they are feeling. Is that real, or is it just lust? Is it just attraction? Okay. What is their current situation, Leo, with this person? Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. I mean, this is someone looking at their finances, and they're looking at their stability, and they're thinking about everything they have in terms of a secure home, plenty of money in the bank, you know, all of that is on track. And then we have this Three of Cups. This is someone thinking about everything that they have, or potentially everything that they want, because, I mean, this could be, in another context, I would say it's someone reflecting that they are very lucky, that they have a family setting, or the potential for a family in the future. They have a security. They have, their finances are looking really good. This is someone looking at the Seven of Pentacles and go, wow, I'm really set right now. And they've also got good friends and good connections around them. So, I mean, in terms of a situation, it's pretty good. Practically. Is someone reflecting on that? What's this one? Or reflecting on what they want. Let's see. What is this for this person's current situation, please? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Because we just saw in how they're viewing you, the Ten of Pentacles is the kind of the blockage, the Eight of Swords. It's the thing that they can't, you know, they're stuck because of the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm not sure if this person in their situation, it could be like they're thinking, does this cover it? Is this worth it? You know? Does this make me fulfilled? Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles. Fuck off. Sorry, the Ten of Pentacles just came out to clarify when I said that. Yeah, that's really helpful. Thank you. At the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups, and then the deck splits show the Ten of Wands. This is someone weighing up. Do I stick with it? I've got a good good security right now going on. Do I stick with that, or do I risk it all for a biscuit of, you know, actually being in love? Or do I let it go? Do I give it up? Tell me more about this person's current situation. Five of Pentacles in reverse. So they could have been working very hard to actually improve their financial situation. If they have, they've done well, you know, they've... If they were in a tricky situation, then they were like struggling and, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, or it felt like an uphill battle. They've completed that struggle. They've got up the mountain. Every metaphor I can think of. So this is all about money, though. Maybe they have accomplished something with their work as well. Just, you know, they felt like they were going to have to give up on a career path or status financially, and they've actually achieved it. So why is the Three of Cups here, please? Why is the Three of Cups in this person's current situation? Six of Cups, Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The Four of Swords in this deck talks about someone kind of gagging themselves and making sure they don't speak and say how they really feel, say what they want to say, kind of thing, like, because that's going to lead to who knows what. So just keep your mouth shut, stum, kind of thing. Then underneath that is the Magician and then the Eight of Wands, which is full-blown card of communication back and forth. Under that is Nine of Pentacles. So this is almost like someone who's been trying to keep their mouth shut and in the process get the other person to do the talking. And the Six of Cups, with the Three of Cups, both cards of reuniting, catching up with connections from the past, friends, exes, situationships, whatever. Why have they... What's with this... The communication thing you were saying about... Eight of Cups has come out with the Hierophant. This feels like this person's situation is something along the lines of they can't start the conversation. They've been trying to get you to start a conversation with them, if that makes sense. Like maybe doing things to try and maybe through hanging out with friends in like group settings or something to try and instigate you to have conversations with them, maybe to give them the confidence that you're in, like to prove to them that you're in this. So as much as they want you to be for them to take the risk on walking away from something traditional or committed. Hi, what is going on? Honestly, Leo, this is someone who is like, it's all on their terms, I have to say. Like, the bottom of this deck now, the Hanged Man and the Four of Wands just came out, first of all. That can either talk about someone who is not taking action, they're pausing because they're in a commitment, which keeps coming through. It's like, I'm not going to do anything because I'm in a commitment. And I'm not interested in anybody else, or, I'm going to give you the cold shoulder because I'm in a commitment, etc. But then underneath that is the Seven of Cups. This can also be, I also don't want to give you too much attention because I'm considering my options here. Then underneath that is the Sun. It's someone who's perfectly happy living like this. They are getting lots of attention. They've got lots of options. They can ignore someone 1 minute and then make them the center of their attention the next minute. This is like, it's all on their terms. If, you're in the limelight 1 week, then you should feel great. But if you're not, then I don't care. Like, if you don't feel great, because I'm looking at one of my other options right now. Then underneath that is the Five of Wands. There's that competitiveness, Also, either pitting these options against each other in terms of, like, who's going to fight for my attention more. Or then kind of feeling a sense of, like, if there's any, if they can't get someone's attention because they're being distracted by someone else, then there's a level of conflict. Then they get annoyed with, like, this, I should be your only center of attention here, even if I can ignore you when I want, but you can't do the same back to me. And then underneath the Five of Wands is the Knight of Swords. This leads to some sort of blunt communication. And then that leads to the Ten of Swords. Then it's an ending. And then, yeah, the deck split, if I didn't say already, all of that is with the King of Wands here. This person's situation, I don't even really see necessarily that they're doing anything in terms of a commitment with someone else. Like it could be that they're financially tied to each other, but I don't see any kind of, and they're committed in some way. Like they're not free and single technically, but they're living as if they're free and single. But they're also what I just described of, they're doing things to try and instigate reactions in you, Leo. So like instead of them having to take that action themselves. Okay. The action this person's most likely going to take towards you next, Leo, we have the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Magician. Now, just these two alone, Page of Swords and the Magician, these are 3 different decks. They've come out on top of each other. Let me just show you this. At the bottom of the very first deck, Page of Swords and the Magician. Same cards. Like half an hour later. Well, I suppose it wasn't. It was like 10 minutes later. But anyway, wild. But this is their action. So this is giving me a sense of someone poking you to see what happens, to see what they can make happen. This is instigator energy that I'm getting. It's immature as well, with 2 pages here. This is someone trying to make a lot happen by just the bare minimum, but also this is like it's like someone starting a rumor to see if it gets through to you, to see if you then do something. It's a little bit childish. It's not king energy, funnily enough, is what I was saying, because that's how you feel. Like we've got 2 kings, how you're feeling, but this is 2 pages, and this is someone, trying to pull the strings a little bit. It could well be that they are sending a message to somebody else to see if you find out about it and to see what you do. This is kind of what I was getting, actually. I hadn't looked at these cards yet. In what I was just talking about them, like, they're not going to talk to you, but they're going to try and make it so that you communicate with them. Which deck? Let's use this one. Tell me more about this action that they're going to be taking. Can be trying to find out about you, obviously, but I feel like what I'm getting is trying to find out what you're going to do, or try to see what you're going to do. It's like there's the word. Aggravator? That's not the right word. I already said instigator. Sorry, I can't think of the word, but it's, yeah. Tell me more about the action they're going to take towards Leo, please. This person, what action are they going to take? Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Ace of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, and the 5 of Wands when the deck split for the Knight of Wands to fall out. It's like someone trying to stir things, like there's wind-up merchant. They're trying to stir the pot. That's it. To make a new beginning happen. This is quintessential instigator energy. And with the Knight of Wands, this is someone who is... It feels good for them. They are a rogue. They're coming through with rogue energy. And it's... rogues can be sexy, but troublemakers. And also... They live by their own rules. This is someone coming in to stir the pot to see what you'll do. Tell me more. 9 of Pentacles has come out. What is going on? Ace of Swords has come out. Oh my gosh. Strength and the 10 of Swords. It was a deck I was using to clarify, so I can't show you, but about, I don't know, it was what I was saying about how they're viewing you, the bottom of one of the decks. It was literally that you have given them the clarity that they need to end something. They need to have the courage to end something. Ace of Swords, Strength card, Ten of Swords. It's the same cards. I don't know if they're trying to get to... Well, it might be that they're trying to instigate, stir the pot, see if you would be open to having a new beginning with them. But like without them saying it, they're going to try and do something to try and stir up your emotions or cause a reaction from you, Leo, basically, so that you get in touch with them so that they know. Because it's almost like they don't necessarily have the drive to end something and go for it with you unless it's a sure thing. I'm getting more a sense it might be that it's them that wants the clarity from you before they end something. Or before they even, with the Nine of Pentacles that came out and the Knight of Wands, to be fair, before they give up their independence, potentially. But it could be as well, because basically the Nine of Pentacles came out with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles fell out on top of it. And the reason I said what is going on, because in the next position, two of the three cards is the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. It's the same cards, basically. So it could also be that this person wants to see what you'll do, so they know whether they should choose you to, like, if this is someone who has options, they want to see what your reaction's going to be. Or it's like if things are flipped, they're going to try and stir the pot to know that you will still choose them over anyone else. What's going to be happening between the two of you going forward, Leo? We have the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles, as I just told you. I mean, what a load of nonsense. Honestly, not the reading, obviously, I hope not, but in terms of the behaviour. Like, this is not Emperor behaviour. The only reason the Emperor has shown up at one point, I feel, is because it was talking about this person's, like, need to be in control and, like, need to, for some other people to be like, oh, I've got a chance with you. Oh, well, then obviously I'll drop all my other options. It's like that. It's not, this person is not acting like an Emperor at all. Playing absolute silly buggers, frankly. And it might be come from a place of insecurity that they need to feel like, you know, if they pop up for 5 seconds, obviously you choose them. You don't even have to think about it. You know, it's kind of like an ego thing is what I'm getting there as well. But the reason that I want to say that before I start talking about this, because this is like, if you want, just choose to be on your own, like, frankly, and it might be that, because this is about what's going to be happening here is weighing up pros and cons and considering how best to move forward, whether to move forward with this person or alone. It is quite a solar energy, I would say, here with this Six of Swords card that has come out. Bearing in mind I've used 3 different decks, so for that very reason. This Six of Swords card is someone travelling on their own. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles. This feels like what's going to be happening here is maybe if it's you, Leo, here, like if you've got 2 people to choose from in particular, I'm getting a sense for some of you might be like, I'm not choosing either of you, you know what? Maybe I'll just choose to spend some time on my own. Obviously, you know, do what you want, and that's not going to necessarily resonate with everyone. But it's just coming through here that it's like, well, maybe neither of you are it. If one person might be a little bit dull and reliable, but dull, good on paper, but, you know, not good in bed or something. Just playing. And the other person is, you know, acting a fool. So, you know, let's see. But these cards for the outcome is like, is it even worth it? Like, maybe I'll just protect my peace with that. Maybe the Six of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Because the card that's in between them here with the Two of Pentacles, this choice, is this turbulent energy of like these, one ship is like up on a tidal wave here, another ship is up on a smaller tidal wave here, and it's almost a bit like, Neither of you are like smooth sailing. If you have a choice, it's almost like I feel like you might, but I don't necessarily see that you're the one in a committed relationship. Actually, after going through the spread, it feels like more that you might just have an option who's in your current, you were aware of, like just something that was going on, and then and in which case it may well be that someone is popping back up being like, oh, you better choose me, by the way, drop whoever it is you've started seeing. But it might be, are they doing that purely because you have started seeing someone else? So there's that to bear in mind as well. But just clarify what's going to be happening between Leo and this person, please, going forward, from when they see this reading. What's going to be happening for Leo and this person? King of Wands. Oh, wow. The Four of Wands has come out with the Hanged Man in reverse. Just a moment ago, I think it was the position of their situation. It was the Four of Wands with the Hanged Man upright, so, and I said potentially maybe things are on pause for someone because, they're in an existing commitment, but they're like, it's maybe in separation or it's in pause or something. And they're reviewing their other options whilst that's happening. And I was talking, it's this King of Wands, definitely. But now the Hangman is in reverse about that situation. This King of Wands has, either they have had they've seen what they needed to see, they've from the pause, from the time out of some sort of commitment, and they've now got the clarity that they need on what they want to do, especially because at the bottom of the deck we have Judgment. It may well be that, or it may also be your perspective as well, Leo, on whether this person is actually what you want in a committed partner. Tell me more, please, about what's going to be happening for Leo and this person. Ten of Cups has come out with the Page of Pentacles. I don't know about that. Hold on a minute. What is this? This seems to, for a page, to be offering a hell of a lot. Tell me about this page. Oh, okay. Five of Swords. Bear with me. Tell me about this. What's going to be happening between Leo and their person? Oh, fuck me. Pardon my language. Four of Wands just came out from a second deck. Four of Wands twice, but the thing is, at the bottom of this deck we have the Four of Cups, and then it split to show the Three of Cups when that came out. So why is the Five of Swords here? What is going on? I said, why is the Five of Swords here? And the Five of Swords comes out from this deck. If someone plays mind games, continues to play mind games, they're going to lose out, because it's going to feel too inconsistent, too up and down, too all much about them. If it's almost like 1 minute there's like a message that makes you very happy and seems like anything's possible, and the next minute they're back to playing games to kind of keep you feeling insecure. This is what I'm talking about, of like, you know, weighing it up, weighing it like back and forth, but then it might be like just wanting to move out of... The thing is, you've got the Six of Swords on the spread as the card for what's going to be happening for you, Leo, and then the Five of Swords is like moving away from anyone who's just trying to play games, and it's just all about them. So why has the Four of Wands come out twice? Why the Four of Wands? Six of Cups with the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Swords, where I'm looking at it like this. So, wow. It may well be that someone is also, this person who's coming through in this reading is once and for all dropping the Four of Wands situation. They are rushing. They're making a snappy decision here to end it. It's like you just can't, like these Two of Pentacles and this Two of Pentacles of like juggling, both of them can't be juggled to move forward. There is a sense of making a choice here. For some of you, you're going to choose to like move on your own, like because of the way this person is playing games. But it's like there's communication that makes you happy, and then they go back to kind of twisting what they said or leaving or omitting things out. It's like let me just get one more. Temperance and the Nine of Wands. This is going to be very slow moving going forward because of the way this person who you're dealing with here is messing around with the communication. There might be some sort of message that brings a lot of like hope and happiness and, you know, makes you feel all the feelings, and there might be almost like a sense of them making things right with you. But then it's like flipping between that and their old habits, potentially, when it comes to communication. This is like the deck split again to show the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles. So it does seem to be like someone trying to gain their independence instead of juggling two situations. Now, whether you decide to move forward remaining independent or being independent of this person whilst they figure themselves out, or in like if you're moving away from them because of their mind games, I don't think you are though. I think this person is doing things to kind of keep you from moving away, potentially whilst they gain their independence, is more what I'm getting here, because I don't think they're going to give up. That's the thing. But okay, that's what I've got for you this time, Leo. I could just probably keep doing this reading for like another hour, but the thing is, this person is behaving in such a bizarre, childish way that it's hard for me to clarify, like confirm exactly how this is going to materialize. But it's not going to resolve itself one way or the other very quickly, because there's celebration and then there's mind games. There's a message that makes you very happy, and then there's back to bizarre communication habits. I mean, yeah, it's going to be... Right. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all my best. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Speak to you soon. Bye.